Guys, as the late, great Tammy Wynette once spelled out, D-I-V-O-R-C-E is a song that many people know all too well. And although you may celebrate the fact there'll be no more holidays with the old monster-in-law, and as you moisten your finger and turn the page on a major part of your life, of course, there's some important rules of etiquette that should be observed as you turn the key into the old ball of chain and unlock it. They can help ease the pain of a broken heart and maybe even offer some R-E-S-P-E-C-T. With some thoughts on some etiquette from the Protocol School of Washington, the Pope of Polish, Pamela Eyring.
You amaze me every time you introduce me, Tyler. Thank you. I'm the Pope of... Do you have to kiss my...
Oh, yeah. Well, all right.
Yeah, so, let's don't go there.
You know, I'm always fascinated, and I love to hear my grandmother and so many friends have older folks that have been together for 30, 40, 50, 60 years.
That's great.
But that just isn't the case anymore. Divorce is a very real thing.
Yeah, it is. And it's painful. It's very painful for people. I know several people going through divorce or have went through divorce in the past year, and it's painful for both sides.
Sure.
It is.
I mean, it's a life change. Even if one side is driving the force, or sometimes two people just can't.
Right.
But it does change your whole world.
Yeah.
So how do you kind of navigate through that with the proper decorum and grace that we should all emulate?
Right, because I think that's what it takes, is take the high road, and one way to do that is not put everything on Facebook. We're going to start there, because it seems immediately well, we're emotional, you know, especially if you're the one that didn't see it coming, and you know, maybe there's some bad things that happen.
They show me some attention post. Oh, please help me.
Yeah, so
please.
Maybe your wife or your husband has not been honorable, and maybe he's had an affair, and so you don't want to put all that on Facebook.
Right.
You know, keep it clean, because you'll take the higher road and you'll be more respected.
Sure. What about children? And all too often we hear children are being used as pawns, and that's a phrase that's used. But you know, kind of putting the poor kids in the middle of this. Hey, we can't get along.
Right. No, I think by keeping your children out of it is the best thing to do. We all know that, but sometimes they see us crying or upset. So you just say, Mommy or Daddy, you know, we're having a hard time right now, but we're going to be okay. Your daddy loves you, your mommy loves you. It's going to be fine.
So even you may hate that person in your heart. For the kids, you got to say, you know what?
You bet.
It's just going to be something different.
You need, because you have to get along, and that child or children might love both of you, hopefully, and you know, you want to keep it bridged. You
know, there's one other set of custody wars that you have besides the kids, and that's your friends. How do you divide up who gets what friends? How do you do that?
Yeah, it's not usually in the divorce decree, is it? I think when you are divorcing, maybe talk about that and say, look, these are our friends, they're my friends too, not that I've known them longer, but have that established, and then eventually you'll see if they're really your friends, because if they don't come around or talk to you anymore, then you'll know they really weren't your friends, and let him or her have them, But no, I think it's good to stay, but when you're with those friends, maybe don't go, what's my ex-husband doing? Who's he seeing these days? You know, what's up with that? Right? You know, just keep it simple and friendly and upbeat, and then they'll want to be around you more.
We're adults, right? You just gotta just handle adult situation.
That's right.
There you go.
There's one more thing, Tyler, I want to say is when you're going through a divorce, especially with that pain, you might need to seek counseling.
Okay.
That is a good thing. I mean, because sometimes we get so depressed and we start looking at ourselves, you know, really poorly. Get some advice, get some counseling, and focus on the good things about yourself and what you've done.
Well, always with good advice. Pamela Eyring, the Protocol School of Washington. There you are. You can go ahead, your ball of chain, your husband, you and he can just hang on.
25 years right there.
See what I'm talking about. Stay with us. We're coming back live from Manager Vet.